There's a design trend that's blowing up in 2025, and this trend can be combined with pretty much any niche and any product. The trend is doodle art, and I'm starting to see it on everything from shirts to wall art to home decor and more. Fun fact, doodle art was predicted to be one of the biggest trends in Kittle's 2025 Design Trends report. Here's what Kittle's trend report had to say about doodle art. Doodle style illustrations bring a raw, naive charm to designs. Unlike polished professional artwork, these intentional imperfections evoke authenticity and approachability. Whether you're designing for a product or creating whimsical graphics, doodles add a playful human touch that connects with audiences. And here you can see 3 images of doodle art. So let's take a look at the product research, and then I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step tutorial on how to capitalize on this trend so you can make more sales and grow your brand. And watch until the end for a doodle design pro tip. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Adrian, a self-employed entrepreneur who's generated multiple 7 figures in revenue across 2 apparel brands. And I love helping others make money online with Shopify and print on demand. My goal is to create the most positive and supportive community of print on demand sellers here on YouTube. So if that's you, join us by subscribing and interacting in the comments. There's no gatekeeping here, and you always have a seat at this table. I hopped into Etsy to conduct product research, and this one is a little tricky for 2 reasons. 1, if you search just doodle, a lot of doodle dog designs come up. And 2, I see a lot of best-selling doodle shirts when I'm researching, but a lot of the sellers don't include the word doodle in the title. So even when I do search by doodle, I know I'm going to miss out on a lot of best-selling doodle shirts. That said, I'm going to start by searching doodle shirts. From this search, I want to identify some best sellers and get some sales validation that doodle designs are actually selling. You'll probably start seeing doodle designs everywhere now that you're aware of the trend. But let's go ahead and filter this search by bestseller. I'm going to tap the filter option in the top left, select physical items, star seller, show results. And then in the URL, I'm just going to change the word star to best. So here we can actually see that there are already some popular doodle art inspired designs, particularly t-shirts, which makes sense since we're getting into the warmer months. So let's just start by checking out some of these at the top. This vintage bee botanical t-shirt, we can see that it's already in 6 carts and it's only 3 months old. This bachelorette t-shirt already is a bestseller badge and it's only 1 month old. This honey t-shirt already has a bestseller badge as well and it's only 1 month old or less. And this save water drink margs t-shirt also already has the bestseller badge and it's only 1 month old or less. Now you might notice a trend across some of these best-selling designs. Quite a few of them are in the bachelorette niche, but I assure you this design trend is doing well across a number of different niches. Since this tee is the oldest, even though it's still really new, let's go ahead and analyze this listing. Here we can see that 2 people bought this in the last 24 hours. As mentioned earlier, it has the bestseller badge. And let's go ahead and check out the most recent review. So I'm going to go ahead and sort these by most recent. And here we can see that a lot of people are buying this t-shirt right now. It is clearly very popular and selling very well. Let's also go ahead and analyze this listing using Everbee. So I'm just going to tap the blue analyze listing button. Here we can see that it's estimated to be making 67 sales per month on average, $1,300 per month in revenue, with a total of 94 sales in the 3 months that it's been around. But I also want to point out this trends feature down here. So just in the last 30 days, it's showing that the growth rate of this design, it's up 400%. And you can see the trend line clearly heading upward. Seeing that recent upward trend is a very good indicator when trend spotting. So now that you know what doodle art is and we've seen some sales validation, let's create a trendy t-shirt for this design style. The first thing we want to do is select a t-shirt to sell and grab the print area size dimensions. I hopped into Printify, which is my preferred print on demand company due to their huge product catalog with over 1,000 products to sell, low production costs, and a large network of production partners all over the world. You can try Printify for free by clicking the link below and get 30 days free of premium membership with code Adrian30. In the catalog, I'm going to start by selecting t-shirts. Here you can see a number of different t-shirt options available. This is sorted by popularity, and I'm going to select the Comfort Colors 1717, which is one of Printify's best sellers, and it's just super trendy right now across the board. From here, you want to select the fulfillment option so you can let Printify choose your production partner for you, or you can choose manually? I'm going to choose manually and select SwiftPod. And from the editor here, all we're going to do is grab these print area size dimensions, which are 4200 by 4800, which we're going to use to create our design. Step 2 is to create our design. I hopped into Kittl to create our design. Kittl is one of my favorite design tools because it's easy to use. It has a bunch of trendy pre-made design templates and built-in AI functionality, which we're going to use for this design. Within Kittl, there's actually 3 main ways to create doodle art designs. One is you can draw your own doodles, import them into Kittl, and turn them into a design. 2, you can create a design from scratch using the built-in AI to create an entirely original design with all original doodles. Option 3 is to start with a pre-made design template, and then optionally, you can add pre-made or AI generated doodle elements. I recommend option 3 for most people, so let me show you what that looks like. I selected templates on the left-hand menu, and then I'm gonna go ahead and input something in the search templates box. I'm gonna go ahead and type hand-drawn. Here you can see some doodle art templates that you could use for your designs. There's a lot of different choices to choose from. I'm gonna go with this doodle diviner design. So I selected this design template, but I actually wanna create a doodle art design for Christians. First thing I'm gonna do is just adjust the file size and input the print area size dimensions recommended by Printify. So I'm gonna tap the file name in the top left, and I'm gonna change the artboard size on the right to 4200 by 4800. This is gonna stretch the artboard size, as you can see, which is not a big deal. I'm just gonna zoom out from this artboard, and then I can stretch the design to fit. I'm just gonna grab the whole design, stretch the whole thing, and then I'm just gonna fit it in the artboard. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and remove anything that I don't want in this design. So let's go ahead and remove this and this. I'm gonna remove this entire element here. Really, all I want is the star icons, and I'll show you in a sec what I'm gonna do with them, but let me get rid of this. I'm gonna bring this text down. I'm gonna go ahead and change this slogan here. So let's start by shrinking this text quite a bit here. I wanna change the font style as well, so let's go ahead and change that. One thing you'll probably notice as you start seeing a lot more of these doodle art designs is many of them do have slogans, and many times they use handwritten or script fonts. So I'm gonna go ahead and select script, and there's actually a font that I have in mind for this particular one, and that is Florida Vibes. I think this is a really nice font, and it looks hand drawn. So let's go ahead and change what it says here. Now, obviously that's really tiny. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch this so that it takes up a lot more of the design. Next, I wanna make some changes to the icons here. So if I click them, I can see that they're all grouped together. That's fine for now. I'll ungroup them in a second, but what I really want to do is I actually want to change the color. So over on the right side, we can see that they have a black outline. If I click on that, I can see it's actually not quite black. I'm just going to make that a fully black outline. And then I want to change the yellow as well. And I actually want to make this transparent. So to do this, I'm just going to select this circle with the red line here. Next, what I want to do is, because they're all grouped together, I actually want to ungroup them. So all you need to do is right click and tap ungroup. This is going to allow me to separate them so that I can kind of move them around to wherever I just feel like. Let's go ahead and add one more here. I'm just going to press duplicate, and then I'm just going to drag that down. Next, what I want to do is I want to add more doodle elements, and I want them to look like these stars. So I'm going to do that by using Kittl AI. Let's start adding some Christian doodle elements to this design. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to select one of these elements. So I'll go ahead and tap on this one here, right click, and then we're gonna select Save as Image Gen Style. On the left-hand menu, select Sets Generator. Under Add Prompts in the top left, I'm just gonna put in some of the different elements that I want here. So I went ahead and input the different elements that I want here, and under Save Styles, I'm gonna select the star that I wanna use as inspiration. Next, just tap the black Generate Set button. These are the elements that it generated for me, and remember, the whole point of doodle art is that it's actually supposed to look imperfect. It's supposed to look hand-drawn. That said, with AI generated elements, they can definitely come out super bad. So if you're ever unhappy with the elements, you can always tap generate again, and it'll come up with another 6 elements for this example, or you can go back and you can change your prompts. But I'm happy with these elements, and I do think they look similar to the star element, which is what I'm going for. To add them to your design, you can just select each element. For any AI generated elements, I do recommend removing the background. You'll see that option on the right when you select that element. And I also recommend vectorizing it. This is just gonna avoid them being blurry if you were to stretch them. So let's go ahead and let's just shrink that and put that wherever for now. I just wanna keep bringing in the different elements. So let's grab this minimalist heart. We're gonna remove the background, vectorize. All right, so now what I wanna do is I wanna kind of fill in that white space. And how I'm gonna do that is by duplicating some of the AI generated elements and spreading them out throughout the design. So let's grab another cross here. I'm just gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna bring it down. Another thing that you can do to kind of switch things up a little bit is you can actually tilt the design. So you see that arrow on the bottom, just kind of tilt it to the side. Maybe I'll shrink this and tilt this to the side a little bit just to kind of switch it up. Okay, so I've gone ahead and filled in the artboard with a bunch of different doodle art elements. And when you are happy with your design, you can just go ahead and tap the export button in the top right. Let's go ahead and change this to 300 DPI. Make sure you save it with a transparent background and then tap export. Here's what our doodle art design looks like. Now let's go put this on a trendy t-shirt. By the way, every tool I'm using in this video, I've included my affiliate links below, along with any free trials, discounts, or special offers. Thank you in advance for using those links. Sponsors and affiliates, they support me as a creator at no extra cost to you and allow me to create more free content like this that I hope you're loving as much as I love creating. Add our design to the trendy comfort colors tee. I hop back into Printify, and the first thing I want to do is change some of the variants. So I'm going to tap the edit tools icon in the top right, tap select variants, and then from here you can choose the different color options available. So I'll keep white since my design is a black design and white is a very popular color for t-shirts, but this ivory color is also extremely trendy right now, so I'm definitely going to have that. I'll just stick with these two colors for this example. Next, let's go ahead and drag our design onto the mockup. From here, we can resize or rearrange the design. And then let's go ahead and tap that preview button in the top right. This is going to show me a more realistic image of the shirt, and I can see what it looks like on a human. This is actually quite large, quite a bit larger than I want it to look. So I'm just going to tap edit in the top right. And then what you can do is you can just shrink the design, resize it, and let's go ahead and tap preview again to see how that looks. And let's see what it looks like on a human. So once you are happy with the sizing and the placement, tap the neon green button that says save product in the bottom right. This will take you to the mockup library where you can see all the different mockups provided by Printify, or you can even upload your own. Also, if you have a Placeit account, you can actually use the built-in Placeit integration. On the left-hand side here, I can see all the different options, and on the right-hand side under selected mockups, these are the mockups that are currently selected. I created this design with females in mind, so I'm just gonna get rid of the male mockups by tapping the X in the top right of the thumbnail. And then I'll go ahead and just add some of the female mockups in here. When you're happy with your mockup selection, just tap the green Save Select button in the bottom right. This will take you to the product details page. Once I've gone ahead and filled out all these product details, I would tap the green Publish button at the bottom right to have Printify automatically publish this to my Shopify store or whichever platform you're selling on. And now for the bonus design tip. I've started noticing that some of the doodle art designs have the slogan in kind of this wavy line. Here's an example of what I mean. Notice this doodle art shirt for book lovers. The text kind of waves throughout the design. You can actually do this very easily in Kittl. So I hop back into Kittl so I can show you how to do this in just a few steps. The first thing you're going to want to do is select the text. In the bottom right-hand corner, tap Transformation, Custom, and then from here, you can just adjust these anchor points to have it look however you'd like. If I were gonna do this, I would just make sure I'm filling in any of that blank white space with more doodle art elements. All right, I wanna hear from you. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna be adding doodle art designs to your shop this year. Also, I've created a bunch of free resources which you can find below, including my free 60-minute masterclass where I reveal the strategy I used to generate multiple millions in revenue across 2 apparel brands with Shopify and print on demand, and discuss how you can get direct coaching from me and my team through my training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy.